All right, guys, take two. This is Edward Flabber Jackson, full-time caster on Twitch TV. We're streaming D&D about once to twice a month, depending on whose schedules we can get all lined up and everything. Let's go around the line and say hello to everybody and talk about what they do and they're excited about D&D. Murder Clock, you're over there. You're over there. You're right down there. Tell me what's going on with you? What's going on with Murder Clock, and how is Murder Clock excited for last D&D? What happened last D&D that you loved?
I liked at the end how I did that like one wicked little maneuver and just crossbowed a dude right in the back, one shot. I'm pretty proud of that. I kind of like that. Awesome. I don't think anybody saw because it was so fast, but whatever. That's cool. No, that was awesome. I'm kind of excited that we're not gonna find out what the big scary evil thing is in the box.
Yeah, you're not required to.
Yeah, I think we've decided we're not going to. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
What about you, Morphos? What are you excited for the last time? What happened last time that you loved?
Oh, well, you know, that lava bath was nice. That was definitely my favorite part, trying to pull off some craziness, and I absolutely didn't. So looking forward to much more of that. Much more.
Much more? Awesome.
Yes.
What about you, Mr. Razordi? What's going on with you, and what did you enjoy last time?
Yeah, so last time we finished up our time in the super fiery zone of doom, and because I play a bard, I was singing a lot of songs. I've actually run out of fire-themed songs to sing, so I'm so happy we're done with that. But all in all, it was a nice place to hang out, a cool place to see lots of exciting environments for all of us to explore. So well done, Ed, putting that together. I'm looking forward to see what you come up with next. No more fire, please.
There might be a campfire, if that's okay. And what about the Lola?
Well, my sword melted and got thrown into Murder Clock's face, so that was fun.
Gee.
Yeah, but it'll be nice to go back to town and get out of the evil, stinking darkness or whatever we were just in.
Awesome. Well, before we get too much farther in the excitement of figuring out what's going on, a couple of things to talk about leveling up style. I know Lola was able to level up off the stream because she's got all the books and stuff. But here we go. We've got Murder. You got a couple of things to worry about. Number one, you have... oops, I forgot to write down your skills. You have... You've got one... You can learn one more 0 level spell, and you can learn 1 second level spell.
So one level... Sorry, level 1 and level 2?
Yeah, level 1 and 2.
Whoa, I don't have any level 2 though.
You do now. You get to pick them. You get to pick which ones you're learning, so that you can.
I have
make
divine and arcane. Oh my god, selections! I wasn't ready for this.
Selections. There's plenty. You also get to add some health to yourself, which is going to be 1d4 plus 3. So yeah, you can roll that up. We've also got the. I'll get your skill amounts in just a second. Let me just look up what your skills are, because I forgot to write it down. Morphos, you've got 1 feat. I know you picked that out. You wanted to go for quick draw, which is pretty sexy.
Quick draw. Yeah.
You got 2 skills, 1d10 plus 3 on the health. I don't know if you added that up already on your sheet.
I rolled that, added that, and I definitely put those points into jumping.
Jumping?
I feel like that might be necessary.
It could be.
You're an excellent jumper. Don't let what happened last time discourage you.
I forgot to stretch my hammies, you know.
Yeah.
So your intelligence modifier, Mr. Locke, is it did not go up. It's the same thing as last time, which I think is 1, right? 1 or 2?
Let me see what it is. Intelligence mod is 1.
1, awesome, very well. So it's going to be, you're gonna get 3 skills. All right, and then Mr. Resorti, you get 2 level spells. That's what you get.
Okay. Thank you. Also, earlier today, I realized I've had a cure wounds spell this entire time. As my colleagues here in battle were suffering and burning and falling apart, I completely forgot that I knew this. Whoops.
Well, there you go. Quite delightful. Okay, so we've
I've got nothing to say about that.
You also got 9 skills that you can use, Resorty, and you can also get a 1d6 plus 2 HP. Now, everybody also has increased their, because we just made it to level 4, and that's the spot where we add 1 to one of our stats, and everyone's picked that up. Resorty picked Charisma, true to the Bard. He will now be able to be amazing at everyone's faces with style. We've also got Morphos who picked Dexterity. You picked Dexterity for a fighter because you wanted to be able to more aptly use your two-handed weapons, right?
That and you know, it's all about movement and dodging things, because I'm not really a fighter in the sense of, like, you know, plate mail and stuff. So I need to be able to move.
Yeah, you need to be able to dodge them hits, and just don't be there when they hit, right?
Exactly.
Merds went for intelligence due to being incredibly smart and sexy. It's just true. Everybody knows it. And then Lolo over here went for charisma because that has a lot to do with your magics, right?
Well, as a paladin, it allows me to turn more undead.
Turn those undead.
Most of my stuff revolves around charisma, except for actually my spells go around wisdom. So.
Wasdom. Okay, cool. I like me some wasdom. So anyway, what happened last time in the times preceding? Does anyone want to give a quick briefing on it? If not, I will. No
I just had a question. When you say pick skills, am I adding skills or?
Oh well, you have all that whole skills page, right?
Yes.
I have a whole bunch of different stuff, and then there's certain things that have a check mark next to them, right?
Yep.
Those ones are skills that you can learn easily. Your personage has learned how to do those things fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna go find things and put ranks in there. You already have some ranks in there. You can add up to those ranks up to 7, I think. It's usually best in D&D to specialize rather than generalize.
Yeah. So what would I do then? Where would I be putting points into this?
Under ranks.
Under rank. Oh, okay. And you said I had 3?
Yeah, you got 3 to spend, so you can plop those down where you like. If you're using something that doesn't have a check mark, it costs 2 points to put 1 mark in there. 1 rank. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Sort of like you might not be someone who jumps a lot of times in your line of being who you are, but however Morphos would, because he does that for his training regimen or some crap.
Okay.
I just like jumping.
It's just like jumping. Just like to do jumping.
The sheer joy of leaping 3 feet through the air.
Awesome, beautiful. So that is that. So do we have does anyone want to tell the tale of what happened before, or shall I?
I like the way you tell stories.
All right, so this D&D group has begun way back in the wonderful small town of Brazen. Wonderful place. It was mostly a marketplace that sort of grew into a town as its sort of buildings are becoming more permanent instead of tent-like. So here they discovered a few things. The party sort of all collected and coalesced and went out to go do a mission. But before that, they murdered many rats, despite having a beautifully, wonderfully crafted mission to do instead. No, they wanted to murder rats. After deciding murdering rats was dumb and lame, they went on the beautifully crafted mission on the next session, discovering a little bit more about the lore and the things that are happening here in the world. Learning about an ancient battle with some horrible demon, the family of Eisenwolfs. You learned about a sect of the Burning Chalice that was all about purifying the evil. Well, they sort of went into this place and they started punching bugbears and killing them, and they're all doing this to get back what? A small piece of fabric for a gentleman who sent them on this mission in the first place. A lot of epic things have happened. Some people have fallen in lava. There's been some giant flaming monsters. There have been some moments of nope. There's been some moments of yep. The glory things have happened, and now we've sort of left this giant flaming pile of scary, and we're sort of looking for a new place to be. Or Perhaps they go back. I don't know. We'll see that in just a moment. I hope that that sort of covers it. Does anyone want to add anything that's happened? And add anything to the details?
There was a lot of fire.
There was a lot of fire. There's so much fire. Okay, so much has happened. Really, the main thing is, though, that you guys were looking for a piece of fabric, and you found it. And your goal is to bring that fabric back to the gentleman who asked you to get it. That, or go back into the fiery depths of this place and find a weird, small, fiery cherub demon-looking baby. So you guys were all there. I think you guys just left the place. And we can take a look. I'll show you guys on the map here. Doink. Here we are. We're on the map now. And you guys were sort of down here looking at this sort of giant door, deciding whether or not you wanted to go back to it. So yeah, what did you guys want to do here? I know you guys all just left this door. You're in dire straits of wanting rest and calming down through all the nasty. Did you guys want to rest here? Did you want to jump right back into the fray? Did you want to just leave and rest back in town?
I can't remember what our condition was exactly, but I feel that resting here was okay. Weren't we chasing something just a moment ago?
Inside, and then we left.
Yeah. Yep.
Are we gonna go back for that, or are we just?
Oh, I was...
We have the cloth we've been going for. Let's just continue on, hurry along. There are taverns to return to. There are drinks to get, big man. I'm sure you can go worship wherever you like to worship, ma'am, over there. I promise. Let's get out of here straight away.
Cargo will agree.
Cargo will agree. So you guys are looking just to ditch out of town and go right back to that little sort of small town Brazen. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
You didn't want to rest along the way, maybe once you get out of here or anything like that?
Yeah. I'm following you guys. If you guys want to take
it's a day and a half back after
Day
your
and a
long
half.
fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess at some point we need to take some bit of a rest.
You guys rested on the way to getting here. I imagine
that is
you might
not
wanna
enough
on the way
rest.
back.
Can we rest at that spot that we rested at before?
Oh yeah, you can find that spot right away.
Because that seemed like a good spot, right?
It seemed pretty good. Sure. Is that the plan?
Cargo
All
needs to
in
turn in this
favor.
quest and get a drink.
You guys go. you guys go ahead. I'm gonna go right back on over to this screen. We don't need to see the fiery bits anymore. I'm gonna put us on the map. Players on the map. Doink. Gonna go to the map ourselves. So yeah, you guys were hanging out over here in the map. And you're sort of headed down from the mountains. And you guys found a nice spot. You found your old camp where you had that little campfire you set up. Did you guys want to rest there again and just take a respite for the night and head back down to Brazen in the morning?
Yes. I immediately set my pack out as a pillow again. I hug my hurdy-gurdy against my chest and curl up on a little Peter the Knave ball.
Beautiful. Does anyone else want to do anything? Make some tea? Cook something more than jerky? No? All good?
I'm gonna try and get some cheese off Peter, and then I'll take first watch.
Yes, the
But
cheese bar.
is closed. No. my vest and pull out a small wedge of something extra stinky for the big man, tossing it over to him.
The smell wafts into your face. The fromage, the cheese, is ripe and soft.
Smell like my sandal.
God.
For those that don't remember, you do have a sandal which you relieved a gentleman of, the gentleman who gave you this quest. You relieved his sandal and took it from him.
That's right. I get his other sandal when we get back.
Yeah, yes, you do. So you're taking the first watch, Mr. Morph?
Yeah. Cargo takes the first watch. Make
Awesome.
sure my buddies can get a little bit of rest without getting jumped on.
Right. Would you do me a favor and do a spot check for me?
Ooh. All right. Pushing the button.
Pushing the button. 8. Oh, brilliant. You sort of hear a sound off in the distance, and shortly after hearing that sound, you feel like a small gust of wind sort of hits you in the face, and then you immediately become incredibly sleepy. Would you do me a favor and do a will check?
All right. That's on the first page there, right? Yeah.
Ah, spectacular.
I don't think you're using the right words here.
I feel like I'm using the right words. You begin to slip away. You begin having dreams of piles of meat. There's people in a crowd. They're chanting your name. Things are feeling good. They're looking good. There's booze freely flowing towards you. There's ladies on your arm. This dream that you have is ideal.
I'm just a little. It's just throwing me a little that you would willingly put me to sleep on stream.
It's too late. You've already been. So yeah, no, you're out amongst the lilies, guarding, fast asleep. Well, hold on. Let me organize some things in my mind. Miani, you are the individual who actually has that weird orb, that swirling, hot, warm orb of magical whatnots in your pack. Did you not?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Would you me a favor and do a I think it's gonna have to be a will check.
Do we have a spot for everybody to see the rules on this screen?
No, I do not.
All right, you said will.
Yeah, do me a will check. I think it's gonna be a will check. Yeah.
Shoot. This is the one thing I forgot to do.
Did you not put it? You didn't upgrade it, did you?
I just did.
Lies! All right, 22. Beautiful. All right, so at this moment, you sort of like are aware right now that there's someone messing with your pack. There's something messing around with your pack. You sort of like come to and you realize that. However, I would like you to do. Oh wait, no, you got your will check here. So let me do aha. So a gust of wind hits you in the face. Similar to Morphos, your eyes are getting dreary. You begin to sort of like you see this sort of odd shape in front of you, and then out you go.
Can I yell at something first at all?
Can you yell something?
Like just yell before I
Yeah.
am hit with some wind?
Yeah, you can certainly try. Do a reflex check really quick because this is all happening in a matter of seconds. If you can like out there really quick, go for it.
I'm starting to think that this suggestion to rest here was a trap.
I guess so.
12. You are able to make sound, but as a specific word or like a hey guys, there's a gentleman rummaging through my pack.
I just wanted to make a really loud noise.
All right, yeah, you managed to get your really loud noise out, but it's more just like
Oh no.
which is less than mostly effective. So then we've got Murder. You're the next individual I would like to check. Can you hear? I think Resorti and Murder. Would you find people do a listen check? See if that sort of rouses you from the sleep. Awesome. Both of you seem to find yourselves shocked awake for a moment. You just heard like a strange sound, and a moment there's a sort of dark shape that's moved from where Miani's character, or where Lola's character Miani is, and has started moving over to where Locke's stuff is.
Wait, so I got jolted awake?
No, No, you're magic to sleep.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, you're magic to sleep.
Seeing how I want to handle this.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the sound, or the sound. I spring to my feet. I see this little thing running around, and I raise a cry and hue. I announce it. Whoa, who's that? What's that there?
Awesome. Excellent. Well, so you're calling. What the earth? What is going on? Ah, blah blah blah. And
Just like that.
both you and Murder are fully capable of hearing this.
I groggily wake up annoyed.
Annoyed. Whoa! Why are these people yelling? All right.
What's that?
Awesome.
What's going on?
The individual stops just in front, realizing people are waking up. Sort of a hooded figure, seems a little bit short, and he's got sort of a bag in his hand, and he sort of just begins to turn around and bolt. He's about 5 feet away from Murder. He's running back towards Miani. He's gonna like leap over her and run away, and that's sort of what's happening there. Now Resorty and Murder, you're sort of awake and like ready to go. Murder, you definitely have just realized there's a dark figure here in the middle of the night. The fire's pretty low. You guys can't really see entirely what's going on, but you're aware there's a figure running around. Resorty, you'd like to stand back up?
Yes.
So you stand up and like, you're gonna chase this man down, or?
1 second. I think I want to use Charm Person. It appears to be one of the spells I have in my bucket of spells.
Awesome.
Which I forgot I had today.
Cool. You have a bucket of spells, Charm Person. All right. Now, Charm Person, I believe, has some limitations to it. Let's see if what I want happens or what you want happens. Let's see which one actually happens. All right, let me see. Hold on. Charm.
I can read it out if you'd like me to.
Awesome. Very well then. Read it out.
This charm makes a humanoid creature regard you as trusted ally and friend. Treat the target's attitude as friendly. If the creature is currently being threatened or attacked by you or your allies, however, it receives a +5 bonus to a saving throw. You want more?
No. I think that'll do just fine. Right. So I will go ahead and I will roll the saving throw. All right. Good. So you sort of cast this, and the figure sort of he stops just as he's getting over to Miani, and he's about to leap over, but he pauses a moment, and sort of like slows down, and he sort of like looks over to you, Riz, for a moment, and says, "I'm sorry," and looks like he's about to bolt again.
That's right, you are. What are you doing there? Closer to him.
You move closer to him, of course, naturally. Murder, what are you doing? He's like 10 feet away, maybe.
I'm gonna try to bluff him and say, "We're totally not gonna kill you if you don't run."
Totally not gonna kill you. Beautiful bluff check. 25. It is hard for him to disbelieve you. He believes you 100% that you probably won't kill him. And he says, "Good. I'm so sorry." And I think if either of you, I think Resorty is the only one making a move towards this guy at the moment. If you would like to make a reflex check to see if you can sort of get him before he starts bolting.
Oh, sure.
Just we're gonna bolt, huh? Okay.
Where is reflex?
Reflex should be on the first page of your character sheet. Just a little bit down, there should be reflex, will, and constitution saves. They should be saving.
Got it. Here we go.
Wonderful. 8. So you sort of you stand up and you're like cast a spell, and then you start bolting towards him to try and grab onto his clothes, but you're still sluggish. Your coordination isn't quite as good. Your feet land slightly next to where you intended them to land. You just didn't get enough speed before this sort of hooded figure sort of jumps over Miani, and he begins running. And you can see him right as he lands on the other side of Miani. He sort of waves his hand and sort of he drops something at that moment, and sort of a blue glow comes out of his hands and then covers down at the front of his torso and covers his legs. He begins running an insane amount of speed.
Do the crossbow bolt thing again, Murder.
In the darkness? Well, shit. That's what I gotta say. That's my thing.
Just magic missile into the darkness. Does anybody have any Cheetos?
What direction is he going? Like towards anything in particular?
He's actually going directly to the nearest woods. You guys are like just slightly off to the path, and you can see sort of some outcropping of trees and such over there. And it's just sort of, I mean, clearly, I think he's just running for cover is what you can assume. All right, so there you guys are in this sort of situation that surprised you, and I realized I gave you guys very little option to deal with it. Nevertheless, there was very little option.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to wake up Cargill and Miani.
We all know how that's going to go.
Kneel down, shaking their shoulders, we'll say. Cargill first.
Like, how vigorously are you shaking them shoulders?
I mean, not that aggressively. Just, hey, man, we got problems here.
Cargill is out. But you do notice he has a rope around his neck. It seems like he had this rope around his neck. You know this rope is to the one that originally held a sandal.
Oh God! Did he steal the sandal? I mean, I ignore that for now. My character would not worry about that. This is a disaster, an absolute disaster. Okay,
don't wake him up.
So assuming that the half orc has gotten into his cups a bit too aggressively once more, I wander over to the paladin, Miani, kneeling down to her again, shaking her without too much force.
You hear mumble something about Heronius, power be the gods, protect us, curse the undead. I detect evil. But she doesn't seem to rouse. She does not seem to rouse.
Locke, what did she get into?
I have no idea. I think I should probably just do maybe I can do this and see if there's magic being used in the area. Does that help?
Knowledge Arcana. The Knowledge Arcana, you rolled a 22, which is a nat 20 plus 2, if I'm not mistaken.
That's why it's green.
Yeah, that's why it's a little green. Yeah, nat 20. So you hit a nat 20. You don't really know more about what magic's being cast in the area because that's something you can't know from knowledge, but you can know what he did. It seems he's cast a spell to put both Miani and Cargill to sleep, and he also seemed to have cast a spell to make him very fast. Now, the spell that would actually put someone of high will like Miani here asleep must be pretty high level. And it's rare magics indeed to see someone cast magics in their legs to make them speed off as fast as that guy did. You know that whoever did this has some mojo behind their poncho, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, I relay that this guy is probably a very, very powerful wizard sorcerer of some kind.
Like you? We can't wake them.
I don't know how to wake them.
I begin to play a song. An empty lullaby. The most aggressive possible music I can turn out my hurdy-gurdy, very dissonant, awful.
Are you playing hurdy-gurdy death metal?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hurdy-gurdy Slayer.
Oh, no.
And guts. Come on, guys, get off your butts.
That's my favorite song to date, right there.
Oh my good happiness. Okay, I would love you to do a performance check. I want to see how expertly you're able to do this. If this is a song as well crafted as it is in your mind, I have no doubt this is able to wake them up.
Okay, so my only question is last